Hey everybody, this is Cheryl, Lacey, Donovan, and I just wanted to welcome you to this particular video on today. And before we get started, I wanted to make sure that I gave you information about how you can connect with me and with Faith Walking Women. First of all, you can connect with me on Instagram and on Twitter at Cheryl Speaks Now, and that is Cheryl spelled with a C, Cheryl Speaks Now. You can also connect with me on two ways on Facebook. You can go to our Facebook page, Real Life, Real Faith with Cheryl Lacey Donovan, or you can go to our, ask to join our group, Cheryl Lacey Donovan's Faith Walking Women, where we are trying to empower and inspire women to live their best lives. You can also go out and visit the website, www.cherylspeaks.org. That's www.cherylspeaks.org. And if you want to contact me by email, you can do so by going to cheryl@cherylspeaks.org. So those are some of the ways that you can connect with us, find out some of the things that we'll be doing in the near future, and participate with us in a lot of the various events that we are conducting throughout the year. So today's video is on women's wellness, and it talks about 4 steps for finding me time. 4 steps for finding me time. And I know for a lot of us that tends to be very difficult, particularly for us as women. Almost all the women on the planet are generally pre-programmed to take care of everybody else before themselves. So it's hard in this day and age when women seem to be doing everything. We are daughters, we're sisters, we're wives, we're friends, we're mothers, we're professionals, and we feel a lot of pressure every single day. But this type of lifestyle generally is going to take a toll on us, and eventually it provides burnout. It leads to exhaustion. It leads to anger. Sometimes it even leads to resentment, chronic stress, frustration, and a loss of our center, and we find ourselves running on empty. And I tell people that all the time. When you continually make withdrawal after withdrawal after withdrawal, eventually you're going to be bankrupt. There's not going to be anything else left in you to pour out to other people. So taking the time to take care of yourself, to do those things that are just for you, is very important. It's an important thing for you to release the pent-up pressure, to promote wellness in your mind, your body, and in your spirit. So getting me time, ladies, is not a luxury. It's every woman's responsibility, and it's also a part of a healthy self-care routine. If we don't take time for us, then we don't have anything to give to anybody else. So actually, in my own opinion, I think it's selfish for us to not take care of us, because all of these people that we think that we're doing things for, what's going to happen when we're no longer there, right? And obviously we know that at some point that's going to be the case, but we can do everything that we can do to take care of ourselves. So step one, the first thing that we can do to find me time is to decide in our own minds that we deserve it. We have to stop feeling guilty about leaving the dishes unwashed. We have to stop feeling guilty about leaving the kids to play on their own for a few minutes. We also need to learn how to say no to people's requests, or leaving our work at work. I know some of us tend to want to take all of our work home with us, but it behooves us to leave our work at work. We have to make the decision to free up some minutes during our day just for us. Everything and everybody else can generally wait. They will be okay. Now, that doesn't mean that if there is an actual emergency, that we don't take care of that emergency. What I have found in the past is that everybody else's emergency is not necessarily, it doesn't constitute an emergency for us. Some of the things that may seem pressing to other individuals are sometimes things that can be put aside for just a few moments. So that's step one, deciding that we deserve it. Step two is to find the time, And for me, I don't say find the time, I say make the time. And that means being intentional, even if it means scheduling something on your calendar and making sure you keep the appointment. We schedule things for everybody else and everything else. We know when Boy Scout meeting is. We know when the football tournament is going to take place. We know when that important meeting or mandatory meeting is going to take place on our job. And we make sure that we are present and accounted for during those appointments. So what's wrong with making appointments with ourselves and making sure that we adhere to those appointments? But unfortunately, There's only so much time in the day, and we know that, and we can't change that. But we can make sure that we are intentional about freeing up some time and making sure that time is for us to be there just for us. Make us a priority, and don't just find the time, but make the time. So step 2 is making the time. Step 3 is to decide how to spend that time in those precious moments. How do we actually spend that time? For some people, it may be as simple as taking a bubble bath, having candlelight, some soothing music. For other people, it may be reading a book. For others, it may be just simply listening to some music that you enjoy. It may be going to a spa and having a spa day for yourself. The whole 9 yards, hair done, nails done, toes done, eyebrows, massage, whatever that looks like for you. Those precious moments are very important, and it should be something that you really enjoy. Exercise, whatever it is. Just taking out the time to find something that really provides you with some relaxation, a chance to free your mind, a chance to release the stress, and a chance to just calm down and do you. So step 3 is deciding how you're going to spend those precious moments. And then lastly, step 4. Step 4 is to practice smart time management. Practice smart time management. Whether it's scanning emails or surfing the net or answering personal calls during your day, it's a time to put a stop to anything that wastes time and is unproductive. So if you're doing those things that are time zappers, that's what I like to call them, time zappers. And if you go to my website, under the freebies page, there is an actual exercise that helps you to look for your time zappers, So anything that's going to take away from your time, that's wasting your time and is unproductive, learning how to get rid of those things and practice smart time management. Organization and good time management also helps to eliminate stress, and most importantly, it frees up some time that you can use for your self-care rituals that support your well-being. So think about it, ladies. How much time do you spend just surfing the web? Or how much time do you spend on your Facebook timeline? 5, 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes a day, 30 minutes a day. How much time do you spend doing that? And couldn't you better utilize that time, taking some time for yourself? In that 10, 15 minutes, you could have read, a chapter in a book that you really enjoy. In that 10 or 15 minutes, you could have been listening to some soothing music that could just help relieve some of the stress. So think about it. What are some of the ways that you're not using your time effectively where you actually could make that time that we've been talking about for some self-care and some self-reflection for you? So going back over those 4 steps, the first thing is deciding that you actually deserve it. Deciding that you actually deserve it, or changing your mindset. Step 2 is making the time. Step 3, deciding how to spend those precious moments. And then step 4, practicing smart time management. So this is what I'm going to do. This is going to be my challenge to you. Get started today. Go to that calendar, find a day, pick a time, and adhere to it. Keep that appointment. Make the appointment with yourself. Keep the appointment. And even today, find 15 minutes, 20 minutes where you can just relax and be you and do something that you'd like to do. Start today. You'll be a better mom. You'll be a better employee. You'll be a better friend. And most importantly, you'll be a better you. So I just want to thank you for joining me for this brief few moments to talk about women's wellness and the 4 steps that we can for finding me time. 4 steps to finding me time. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that it will help you to go out there and live your best life. And I just want to remind you, as always, that God can do exceedingly and abundantly more than you could ask or think, according to what worketh on the inside of you. Be blessed.